You're watching Falcons Today by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, and coming up on today's show, a certain Falcon designated to return from injury. We'll hop into that in a second. And plus, could getting Lamar Jackson be a possibility this offseason? Loaded show, so stick around for all of it. D. Orlando Ledbetter reporting, and really just the Falcons as a whole. That Cordarrelle Patterson back at practice after being on IR for the past month. 21-day practice window has been activated. So welcome back, CPAT. We'll see if he plays on Sunday. Typically when these practice windows open, not always they play that first game back. They want to get a couple practices in there. But as a veteran, if he's fully healthy, I do think there's a chance they will activate him to the 53-man roster, and that is important to say. The practice window has started, but he has not yet been activated to the 53-man. But since joining Atlanta, Cordarrelle Patterson has been a different player. I mean, he's always been a great special teams guy, but he's turned into just this running back, wide receiver, do-it-all weapon with 14 touchdowns, over 1,500 all-purpose yards, and 20 games played. It's been really, really impressive, and I've been impressed with how the Falcons have still committed to the run and been able to run the football with Tyler Algier, Caleb Huntley, obviously Marcus Mariota, but now you get Cordarrelle Patterson, one of your top 2 or 3 weapons, especially now that, Calvin Ridley's not going to be a part of this moving forward. That is a very, very good thing to see. Patterson coming back gives you one of the most balanced running back attacks in the NFL. I mean, this is one of the best running teams in the National Football League right now, and they've been doing it without Cordarrelle Patterson. So I think there's a lot of reason to be excited about him coming back. There's a lot of reasons to be excited about this team in general right now, taking advantage of a bad division, being in the hunt. You go get Rashad Fenton, who we'll talk more about him in a minute. I like where Atlanta sits right now, and I like the fact that Cordarrelle Patterson's going to be coming back very soon. Are you hyped about his return? Like the video if you are, because 84 is back. Let's go, Cordarrelle. Hit that thumbs up icon if you're fired up to get RB1 back. How about Rashad Fenton, rocking number 21? He was at practice today, and I know we broke down the trade yesterday, but it wasn't me, and I've covered the Chiefs as well at Chat Sports for a while. I like Rashad Fenton quite a bit. To get him for a conditional 7th, that is very good to see. I think he gives you value with cornerback room being a little shaken up right now. He's got special teams value as well if Atlanta wants to utilize him in that department. So I thought that was a good pickup, and I think he'll have a role on this football team for the rest of this season. All right, let's get to the big storyline of today's show. Lamar Jackson, could he be coming to the ATL? Falcons got draft assets, a lot of cap space. Why not try to reach out for Lamar? And let's be clear, it's not like, even though he's set to be a free agent, that the Ravens would just let him hit free agency. So it would have to be a tag and trade situation. But, I mean, come on. You see the edit here. How can you not want Lamar Jackson in the ATL? I mean, this would be the most exciting guy you've had since Michael Vick. I mean, obviously Matt Ryan had a great run here and led this team to a Super Bowl, but Lamar Jackson coming to Atlanta, I mean, it just seems to fit, doesn't it? Like, get him to the South. Let's go. Get Lamar to the ATL. I think that would be an absolutely electric thing to see, and those contract situations have not resulted themselves out down in or up in Baltimore, I should say. So, hey, you never know. Things could happen. Something that is in your control is you can become a Lord. How about Lord Lamar? I mean, that just has a good ring to it. Established Titles, our newest sponsor here at Chat Sports. You could purchase a plot of land in Scotland, and hey, you can add Lord or Lady to your title. Established Titles, this is what they do. It's a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. This project is based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, and ladies in English. These title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland. They will plant a tree with every order that comes in when you go to establishedtitles.com/chat and use promo code chat. I'm a big fan of that side of it as well. They're doing their part in trying to keep the planet in a good spot. They work with global charities like One Tree Planet and Trees for the Future to support those global reforestation efforts. And here's the deal. The first 200 people here at Falcons Today that use promo code chat and go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get 10% off, your plot of land will be within walking distance of my plot of land. I got a plot of land already, and you can join us here at our little Falcons Today kingdom out there in Scotland. Use promo code CHAT when you go to establishedtitles.com, chat. It's a great gag gift this holiday season as well. And hey, you can tell people you own land in Scotland. It's a fact. You can add Lord to your name. I might change my Twitter name to Lord Harrison Graham. That sounds pretty good. What do you guys think? Establishedtitles.com/chat. Promo code CHAT to get 10% off. All right, let's talk more about Lamar. Get Lamar to Atlanta. I mean, obviously the Falcons are in an interesting spot moving forward, right? Because Marcus Mariota's played some good football, but do we think he's the long-term guy? Probably not. Desmond Ridder is here. Is he the guy? I'm not sure. Lamar Jackson, we know how special he is. I mean, he's the best running quarterback we've seen probably since Michael Vick in the NFL. He's already got 553 yards rushing this season alone. He's going to rush for over 1,000. He's a former MVP. He's been to the playoffs with mixed results in terms of playoff success, but at minimum, this is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, and could you imagine how dynamic this offense could be with Jackson, Cordarrelle, Drake London, Kyle Pitts? You just traded Calvin Ridley, but I don't really blame Atlanta for doing that. That situation was going to be, spotty at best moving forward, but Lamar Jackson's situation, like I said, is not resolved in Baltimore, and if you get him down to Atlanta, I mean, we thought this was going to be a multi-year rebuild. This team's competing now with a stopgap quarterback in Marcus Mariota. You get a franchise guy in Lamar Jackson, you're skipping the rebuild. I mean, seriously, you really, really are. This defense is better than expected. I think some playmakers have emerged that you did not expect. The offensive line has actually played pretty solid. I've been impressed with Arthur Smith and what he's been able to do. So keep an eye on this. I think the Lamar stuff this offseason is going to be very, very fascinating to see where it goes. And I'll add this as well. Now that they just signed traded for Roquan Smith, he's got a contract situation that's going to come up this offseason. They can't tag both guys. So what's going to happen there? We'll have to wait and see. Now, help us out. We are almost at 8,300 subscribers. I almost said 83,000. We're trying to get there as well. But we're just 57 away from 8,300. Hit the subscribe button. Can we get to 8,300 by the end of today here on Wednesday? We can with your help. Hit that subscribe button and join the Falcons Today family here at Chat Sports. Now, I thought this was interesting before we get out of there. CBS Sports kind of handed out their grades at the midway point for each team, and the Falcons got an A. And number one, I think that's absolutely worthy, me included. We thought it was going to be one of the bottom 3 or 5 teams in the NFL, and they're winning the NFC South. And Atlanta, and like I said, Arthur Smith deserve a lot of credit. A grade, I think that's perfectly fair. Here's Jeff Kerr of CBS Sports. He says the Falcons were expected to be one of the worst teams in the league. Instead, they're one of the biggest overachievers, residing in first place in a bad NFC South through 8 games. Atlanta can run the ball with any team in the league and has a top 10 scoring offense as a result. Atlanta has the worst pass defense in the league and has serious issues stopping that teams on third down, but the Falcons being 500 at this point in the year was unexpected. Huge credit to Arthur Smith and this coaching staff. The Falcons could win the division. And yeah, imagine if these corners haven't been getting hurt, that area would be better as well. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Grade the Falcons season so far. I mean, if you're asking me, I think it's got to be an A or an A-. I thought this team would be 2-6, 1-7 through 8 games, and they're sitting here at 4-4, and they're a couple of bounces away from being 6-2. I mean, they could have beaten the Rams. They definitely should have beat the Saints in Week 1, but I still think you got to be pleased. You're in first place halfway through this thing, so drop your grade down in the comments. One more note, this coming from Tori McElhaney. Matt Hennessy taking reps at left guard during the open practice period for the media today. Elijah Wilkinson, according to Arthur Smith, has been dealing with something off and on for a while, so we will see how that plays out this week. Wilkinson's actually been playing decently, but Hennessy could be the option there at left guard, so keep an eye on that as we progress along through the week and get closer to Sunday as the Falcons look for another win. Also, A.J. Terrell still banged up. He did not practice today, so that continues to unfold. This secondary taking hits, but again, that's where Rashad Fenton's addition helps. I mean, I think there's pretty good chance he'll play in this first game with the team. Obviously, he's not going to know everything about the defense, but picking him up, I think, was a really, really nice addition. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to Falcons Today. Like I said, hit the subscribe button if you're a fan of the Falcons. We're going to be hitting you guys with videos 4, 5, 6 days a week from here on out. YouTube.com/FalconsTV. I'm Harrison Graham, and we will see you next time here on the show.